Hi, friends and lovers and enemies. It's me, Rachel. I am one of the hosts of Honorable Mentions every Wednesday at 9:30 to 10:45-ish p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here at 2MB Studios. Very happy to see you guys tonight. If you're in the chat, feel free to sound off in the chat. Hello, Pfeiffer. Hello, MLab. Hello, Red the Red Unready. Tonight's going to be a great show. The Celtics are playing, and so I'm excited to take a little break from them. I'm sure they're going to have a great time. And also 2MB Studios. Say hello to 2MB Studios, the entity known only as 2MB Studios. It's not a person. It is a thing. Celtics are playing. I'm taking a little break from them to do the show. I'm sure they're going to do great or terrible. It's always either one. But in any case, I'm sure that basketball game will keep being in progress after the show's over. So if you want to catch the last quarter, which is obviously the most important one, feel free to watch the show and then jump on over to your television after that is happening. I am not the only person who hosts the show. The show does have another host. He's very funny. He's with us tonight. Please give it up for the comedian, the everyman, the father, the legend, Adi Heller.
Woo!
Woo!
Hello. Good evening. So, Rachel, I was thinking about what?
I noticed that my Venmo is also in your name.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to reinforce.
It's a little bit of a brag to be like, I don't even need to advertise my Venmo because I make so much money. I'm so rich.
It's a sign of my wealth.
I know.
Did people send you Venmos for this?
What?
Have people sent you Venmos during the show?
I don't think yet, but definitely, like, if you ever want to Venmo me, that's really my Venmo. And it's up to you. A lot of people who watch the show are also on my personal Patreon, so I don't. I'm not mad about it. I'm extracting money from them in some fashion.
All right. Before we bring our guests in, I want to try something out on you.
Yeah, sure.
While we were doing the intro, I was thinking about it. We have our regulars, but we don't have a name for our fans.
Yeah.
And I was thinking mentionables.
Oh, the mentionables. I like that.
The mentionables?
The mentionables. Okay. I like that. That's fun.
All right. Hello, mentionables.
Hello,
We're happy
mentionables.
to have you. Pfeiffer is a mentionable. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, mentionables play totally. I agree. But it's not just me and Adib on the show. We also have guests every week. Brand new guests, very funny, very much we love them. Please give it up for our guests for tonight's show, John Serpico and Emily Laverdiere.
Oh,
enchanté.
Oui, mentionables. Oui.
Oh, la mentionable. La salade. Je m'appelle.
Hello. Emma, I assume that everyone should assume that you are very French, hence your last name.
French Canadien, oui, c'est vrai.
Yeah. See. Fun fact is I was learning French on Duolingo, but then I deleted my account because they posted about the Amber Heard trial, and I was annoyed.
On Duolingo?
Duolingo was like posting on a TikTok about it, like as the owl, and I'm like, I hate 2022 so much.
The owl should have no opinions in any language about.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, am I overreacting? And then I was like, no, that owl should apologize, and it still hasn't.
What a horrendous choice. Social media team of Duolingo.
I was gonna pick Duolingo back up again, but now I'm gonna wait a little bit. Maybe I'll use a different source of language learning.
I'm gonna tell my dad I'm not gonna be confident that he would sacrifice his top place streak. It's much longer than I care to pay attention to him talking about.
Mhm.
But he does talk about it every week.
John, have you ever been betrayed by an owl or a night bird?
By an owl? No. By literally every company that has ever been founded? Yes. As a
Well.
reminder, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism. Everything is hell, and everyone are villains.
Even when the
Don't learn
consumption
the
is
language you want to learn. It doesn't. None of this matters.
none of this
That's
matters. But we will have to learn French when the country is destroyed in the fireball explosion of 2025, and we get a lot of new people coming over.
That's just neighborly. Yeah.
That's just neighborly. And
Freedom fries for all.
Well, that's going to be an awkward 10 years before we also just get destroyed in another fireball, somewhat ironically, propelled from France because of escalating intra-tribal warfare. Guys, are you ready for the tweets of the week?
So ready.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see what the little Twitter bird has to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It won't betray us in the night.
Nay.
So, you may have noticed I have copied and pasted some nice feedback from a student that I keep in my drafts folder just to prop me up when I'm feeling sad. I like that I have this open. If you're like, Rachel has great self-esteem, well, you're like, actually, my teacher feedback is in a draft folder just to look at.
Is that all your feedback?
Not all of it, just one that was, I thought, really nice.
Okay.
I just kept that in my draft folder.
I used to save feedback that I would receive from like clients at work in a Word document. Like I would like copy and paste it from the emails into a Word document. So I
that's
feel
really
Rachel.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel, I want the text of that, and I want to buy you a mug.
Aw.
I'm not even kidding. I will take that, and I will buy you a mug.
Yeah, that's very nice feedback.
There's a lot of kind of thinking around mindfulness and how to be more mindful and more present. And there are it's a $1 billion industry, the industry of mindfulness. But one thing that, is a common thread for a lot of kind of mindfulness experts is the idea of keeping kind of a gratitude journal. Just at any given point, what are you thankful for? But I like MLab's concept of a gratitude journal, which is just keeping notes every time someone is grateful you did something. Because I feel like that might be equally useful in terms of buoying up oneself. Nice reminder that you are important and do things that are important to others.
You just give it a little click and then be like, oh yeah, people express gratitude, and that was nice.
Yeah, I love it.
You get the double buoy of it. One, they said like it's a nice thing about me. Two, someone took the time to say a nice thing.
Yes,
and that in and of itself is a little endorphin kick.
Yeah,
absolutely. Also, scorching hot take on feedback. If you are thankful enough to thank a coworker, you're thankful enough to CC their boss.
Excellent. Celtics are a little ahead, and I'm grateful for that too.
That's a very topical tweet.
Very topical tweet. This is our first tweet of the week. It's very simple. What did he see out there? 100,000 likes. It's a little kid. Breaking news from @missingkids. 4-year-old found safe in Montana after 2 days on his own outdoors.
I hear it's a beautiful place to go missing.
If it has to happen anywhere. Yeah.
Does it say anything? Does the article say anything about any survival skills he may have learned during his time?
We can definitely check out this article. Missing 4-year-old found safe in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he's safe.
Yeah, he's safe. That boy.
So, how there are some pieces of media from your youth that kind of scar you and make you incredibly scared of things growing up, like like quicksand always being a trope in cartoons. It's like, oh my god, quicksand. I feel like the early season Simpsons episode where Homer got lost in the woods. that did the opposite of traumatize me. Like, that was such a charming, whimsical episode that from when I was like 8 years old on, I was not scared of getting lost in the woods.
Yeah.
I welcomed the opportunity.
That
Did it
sounds
ever
that sounds
happen for you?
bad. Sounds like the episode was counterproductive.
Oh, very much so. Yeah. 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 No, this is not in praise of the episode. This is just a reminder that I am now fearless.
I like that. I was like trying to find a clip or a picture of it, and I just Googled Simpsons episode. Like it would just know which one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah, the one that he looks. Yeah, that's the one.
Mhm.
Classic.
But yeah, this is Riker Webb. He is 4 years old, and
Riker, of course, spelled with a Y, because why not?
Riker.
I feel
Riker
like
Webb.
yeah, it's a great name. I definitely name your kid that if you have one. They were dozens of officers included in the search using ATVs, drones, and dogs. They also dispatched boats to check Bull Lake. 2 National Guard helicopters were also deployed, but had to turn back due to very poor weather conditions. Over a quarter of an inch of rain fell in the area on Saturday night as the temperatures dropped into the 40s. He was in good spirits when they found him and apparently healthy, although hungry, thirsty, and cold.
I mean,
Good on you, Riker.
yeah, Riker's gonna be okay. Riker's gonna go on to be like a camp counselor. Riker's gonna be all right.
Riker Webb. Riker Webb is gonna go on to be like I think a lot of people are gonna name their kids after him.
Yeah.
He's gonna be an inspiration.
At
Yeah.
what age do children stop actively trying to kill themselves?
If you ask my parents, I think for me it probably started around like 25.
Oh, jeez. There's so many
Like-
things you can like explore and accidentally kill yourself doing.
Yeah, like my nieces are about to be 4 and about to be 3. They would not make it 5 minutes unsupervised without blowing themselves up in a fireball, or somehow stealing a car, or or drowning themselves in a house. Like it's instant. You must constantly be making sure
Well,
that any child under 5 is not just actively trying to end it all.
that reminds me of a really good abortion joke that
What?
Michael Ian Black told. Essentially, on the off the idea that like some people argue that life begins when the baby is viable, when the fetus is viable, it could survive on its own outside the womb, and he talked about like testing that theory on his 1-year-old, and so he left them alone in the center of a room, but put a pizza on top of them to see if they could survive. They did not eat the pizza. They did not move the pizza. But yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, so we are not viable outside the womb for quite a long time.
Yeah.
In my case, I know for a fact I was still doing that to myself when I was 17. I jumped down the stairs like I had done many times growing up, but I was now a 17-year-old, and I banged my head on the corner of an overhang, and I
Did the lights
needed
go out on you?
needed to get staples in my head.
Ow.
Jeez.
Yeah, I made a really, really, really poor choice.
Eh.
Guys,
Riker is better than me.
Riker is in that particular case better than you. According to
Yeah,
the website,
I don't see any staples in the young commander.
it's just a 1,000-yard stare, as if
Yeah.
you've been to war.
Riker of the wilderness.
Like he does look like he's been to war. I've looked at before and after photos of people who've been to war. Like he has the look.
The look of a kid
Yeah.
that reached his hand into a pile of goo that used to be his best friend's face. That's That's precisely it right
Well,
there.
when they said he was hungry, I was actually kind of happy because it meant he didn't have to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't resort to like
Mhm.
twisting a rabbit's head off or anything.
Right.
See, to me, what I immediately think is that he did kill and eat a rabbit, and then he was like still peckish. So it's like worse of both worlds.
He's not hungry, but he constantly describes the hunger.
Oh, he has that. There's no coming back from that.
What a difference the arrangement of letters can make.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little bit of feel-good-ish news in a
Ish.
world where
I
that's
think we're feeling a lot better than Riker, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Riker will snap out of it. This one's actually a little too weird. I wasn't sure whether to cover this one. This is like the weirdest.
I don't. Go.
I just
What?
want to briefly. So Elon Musk posted, "Looney Tunes are just normal tunes to me. Crazy Frog is just a normal frog to me." Kind of like a "I'm so fucking cool" / such a nerd. Like a self-deprecating "I'm also very cool" post, and then Crazy Frog, which I believe is like a phone company, or like they make like chip tunes or something. Posted this photo, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen any corporate brand account post, which is to superimpose the head of their company, the Crazy Frog, onto Ghislaine Maxwell's face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's now a layer to this. This is
They're
not
funny.
just a stock photo. Wow.
Rachel, I just did a little recon on the wiki for Crazy Frog. Can we take it over there?
Take it
yeah.
to the wiki.
Like, what? Crazy Frog is
An AI character going like ring-a-ding-a-ring-a-ding-dong.
So he's a CGI animated character, and he's a Eurodance musician. So he's more like the Gorillas.
Okay.
He's like an animated musician.
Mm-hmm.
And
There was a Black Mirror about a character much like Crazy Frog.
Oh.
And he was marketed by a ringtone provider. That's the connection. So yeah, very strange thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not actually like a company. He's like a musician. But again, like this is an insane thing to post, right?
I mean,
I think it's a really effective thing to post.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is nothing if not a good marketing move.
Like they absolutely know their lane.
The economy of this awful, wretched internet place is based on attention.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter how you get it. If the executives of Crazy Frog wouldn't go to jail for, like, I don't know, sinking an oil tanker and then filming it, they would. It's all the same. If you are making your 50 grand a year being a social media manager for a large for-profit company, your job is literally just to outshout other giant godless corporations. So, lie, cheat, steal, whatever you want.
And was the Crazy Frog on Ghislaine a response to Elon Musk's comment about Crazy Frog?
Yeah, so it was this is the original post
On June 4th.
On June 4th, and this was the response to it. And you can see that Elon got 97,000 likes, and Crazy Frog got 181 likes. So he did also ratio him.
Wow. So it sucks that
I was about to ask about that. So
yeah.
the term ratio I have heard used when the replies outstrip the likes. It's like, oh, you wanted it for likes, but no, you're getting conversation instead. But do you also use the word ratio when a reply gets more likes than the original, or does that have some other cooler name?
That's a great question. My understanding is that the term ratio, like the definition, has broadened over time to encompass several different phenomenon. What they have in common is that a ratio, for me, is any sort of fraction of numbers which point negatively or unattractively onto a poster. So, for example, if you say, I'm having a great hair day, and someone replies, your hair sucks, and their reply gets 1,000 likes more than yours, they have ratioed you. If you post and everyone is replying to you to tell you that you suck, that's also a ratio. Any kind of situation where the numbers are not reflecting positively on you is a ratio.
So it's doing all right. So that the original term has broadened in usage, and I certainly appreciate the efficiency of it. Very cool.
It also can be considered a ratio if the quote tweets were more than the likes, and all the quote tweets were like, "Look at this idiot." That could also be a ratio, because it's just a number where the subtext of the numbers is that this is a bad post.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm
There,
sorry.
there's also Facebook ratioing.
Is there?
I believe so. I've seen it out there, functioning the same way, and I think with similar flexibility.
But we're going to move on from the Crazy Frog because I did want to include some food humor because Serpico told me earlier today that he just wants to laugh at some food today.
I love laughing at food stuff.
Oh, I feel you.
So this is a really wholesome, pun intended, post about a Smithsonian post where they show that the size of the donut hole has decreased over time.
That is airtight.
Yeah. I love it. Also, was everything just goddamn terrible in 1927?
Right?
So,
Not a great year.
Well, that was 2 years before
2 years
the
before
crash.
the crash, yeah. So, top-heavy economy, everything was boiled, and donut was mostly nothing.
I mean, the 20s roared through that giant hole.
Yeah, you could fire a Tommy gun through that thing.
The 30s and 40s were like, no, more donut.
This is all we have left. Is donut. Oh, that's delightful.
like, can you make the donut any thicker?
So
Hey.
I'm really struck by the spelling of donut here. I had always thought that it was Duncan that popularized the DONUT spelling.
Yeah,
And I'm clearly wrong.
I am a huge fan of when, just society decides to shorten a word.
Yeah.
Like Duncan could have come in with the solution. But no, everyone looked around and they said, there's like a G and an H that we just don't need. What are we doing? And
they're silent. Just yank them.
Just snip this, and they're in the middle. Just yank them.
Guys, everyone shut up. The Wikipedia actually has the answer. The first known use of donut, D-O-N-U-T, was in Peck's Bad Boy and His Pa, published in 1900.
Need a donut. But it was America. It was the U.S. eliminating extra British letters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was back when we made things.
Nah.
And what we made was some weak ass fucking donuts.
Yeah. Just think about that. We made the technological advancement of condensing the word in 1900, and 27 years ago they were still making donuts that were mostly just a figment of your imagination.
God, like a hula hoop. Like,
it's like, fun fact, it's like movies started being invented, and it took like 50 years to make a good one.
Mhm.
Here's 50 years ago, all trash. And so finally, like, and same with this, like, the donut existed in 1900, and only in 1948 did they sort it out. It took 2 world wars before we figured that out.
Yeah, you gotta throw a lot of donuts at the wall until one of them sticks with the right density.
Mhm.
I like to think that we beat the Germans, and all our young men came home, and they started asking for donuts, and they're like, Jimmy, here's your donut, and he says, you know what, make it sick, because you know what, I killed some krauts today.
I was going to make some kind of reference about like leveraging the brain power of Operation Paperclip for this, but then I realized it would just be like a grim condemnation of the last like 80 years of like federal wartime powers, and not so much a funny joke about a donut.
It's
Workshop it. Come back.
we're gonna
Yeah,
workshop.
I'm gonna. Yeah, you know what? I'll send a draft around. We'll sort it out in the writers' room.
You'll perfect this, much like the 1948 donut.
I mean, right? We settled on the 1948 donut.
That is amazing. We really haven't changed it since then.
No,
We
like
all just
other
kinda
than the
decided
Boston
this is-
cream, we've got the filled donut. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
some of them
aside
just
from a
don't have the
filled
hole.
donut, like your cake donuts, your yeast donuts, that's the ratio we're dealing with. It's because if you look at those 3 data points, you trend it out, that hole would have closed up by the 60s. But no, we just decided
flipped out upon itself by now.
Yeah,
we would
We'd have
Euclid would be
exoskeleton
spinning
donut
in his
at this
brain.
point.
Yeah.
I do also want to mention that if you go to the Wikipedia page for a donut, I do like that they have all the molecules like animated to show you how a donut is made.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we do this for,
Fantastic.
I don't think they do this for every food.
Because when someone gets high and goes to the Wikipedia page for donuts, that's what they want to see.
Well,
show me the
when someone
atoms.
gets high and looks at the Wikipedia page for donuts, I think donuts and Wikipedia assume that they'll keep scrolling if you let them.
Yeah.
I gotta
It's
ask,
long.
best donut you've ever had?
Ooh.
I think there are a lot of great donuts, but you asked that and I immediately thought of fresh, hot off the conveyor belt Krispy Kreme donut.
See, that's the answer I wanted. Like,
Yeah.
instead, just your gut will tell you within 5 seconds what the
Yep.
best is. And
I've
that
had
is
a lot
good
of amazing
donut.
donuts. I love them, but
Yeah.
it's something about the heat of it is
Mhm.
like special.
That and there's a very specific farm in Ipswich that makes a very like excellent hot off the conveyor belt apple cider donut. So if you like that homegrown stuff, that would be my alternative answer. But Krispy Kreme is definitely also my answer.
I wish they did an apple cider yeast donut, because all apple cider donuts are cake donuts. I wish someone yeasted it up, made a yeasty apple cider donut, because then that's all I would eat every single day from now until the end of time.
My kingdom for apple cider yeast.
Oh, doesn't that sound good though? Like,
It sounds great.
Yeah.
There's got to be someone out there doing it, but it's probably like, in Portland, Oregon or something.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Not that, now, Portland has some great donuts, by the way. Not just Voodoo Donuts, which is much beloved.
Mhm.
Blue Star makes good donuts. There are several other places like that, too. Probably my favorite donut comes from Voodoo, though, if we consider an apple fritter a donut.
So there are yeasted apple cider donut recipes online. I believe we're on one from baking-sense.com. So if you want to experience that for yourself, definitely try it. Tell us how it goes. There's a step-by-step photo to see how to make the best yeasted apple cider donuts.
Oh,
I wonder if Union Square Donuts makes one.
Yeah.
I'll have to consult their.
Look how good those look.
Ooh.
Union Square. See, that's the thing. If it's yeasted, I think you should dip it in glaze instead of hit it with crystallized sugar. That is the downfall of the apple cider donut.
And the glaze should have like a maple flavor.
Yep, sure. Not too heavy.
Not too heavy.
Subtle maple flavor, but absolutely, I totally agree.
Just gonna make another plug for Western Massachusetts, and for you, my friends, to visit me.
Sure.
There are really, really fantastic apple cider donuts made every single day at a place called Atkins Farms that is currently a 2-minute drive from where I live.
Oh, lucky.
Mm-hmm. That's real good.
In Western Massachusetts donut news, I was sequestered in Springfield, Mass. For a week for training for a job like a dozen years ago, and I asked a friend of mine who was from Springfield, "Hey, what is there to do in Springfield?" And he's from there, and he paused, and after pondering for a great while his life, his experiences, all of those things, he said, "Well, there's a place called Donut Dip," and that was it. That's so the only recommendation on things to do in Springfield, Mass. From someone that grew up there, there's a place called Donut Dip, and let me tell you, he was right.
All right.
Donut dip. End of list.
I get out there once every month or two.
Yeah, they are open from 3 a.m.
Oh,
Perfect.
It's a beautiful thing.
There is always something going on in Springfield, Mass. You don't want to take part in most of it.
Yeah.
And on that note, great donut conversation. We do have to move on. We do have some more great tweets to see. I do just want to briefly touch on the great Morbius re-release. For those unfamiliar with Morbius, it's the best film ever made. It's a film about Morbius, the living vampire, starring Jared Leto. It opened to no great numbers. It has been consistently memed throughout these summer months, and they decided to re-release it.
Do you know why they tried to re-release it?
I think it was under the impression that it was popular because of the internet, because people were making jokes, and they thought, hey, what if we re-release it and everyone who's making jokes about it will see it?
But it wasn't just that people were making jokes about it. Someone figured out a way to put some kind of leaked version of it up on Twitch on a consistently looping stream, and it became like the most popular Twitch channel for a weekend or something like that. And people were just sitting there just like shitting on the movie constantly. That was all the comment section was.
So it just kept playing the movie over and over again. So
yeah, they got through it like
Morbius.
They probably got through it like 70 something times or something like that before it got pulled. And there's like a rumor that it was the studio secretly doing it to generate buzz anyway. But it was shortly after that they did the re-release.
That's funny.
So
yeah.
I'm. That's much more plausible than just Sony executives saw that Morbius was trending and thought it was a good idea. And like because the thing is, I think it's very easy to like look at Hollywood executives and be like, they are out of touch, like bloated old boy idiots that do not understand things and will throw money at garbage. But those bloated executives have more money on them right now than the four of us will earn in 50 lifetimes, which means they're good at making money. And I'm sure there is an algorithm more complicated than anything we know that told them that they should put that movie back in the theaters for a weekend and see what happens, But
it's mysterious. I don't think it'll ever be known to us exactly what the reasoning was. But what I love about this is that this is quote tweeted by someone with 58,000 likes. And all they say is, all right, it's funny again. Because there was the fear that making fun of Morbius too hard would therefore make Morbius successful and therefore detract from the joke, which is that Morbius is bad and failed. But the second failure of Morbius has reinvigorated the joke, and people are now saying what we really need to do is to convince Sony to release it a third time.
Oh my god.
Oh, they'll do it.
Is there a petition we could sign for that? That would
Let's
be
help them.
beautiful.
I just want to see how long we can keep it going. Why
Right.
why stop at 3?
Like justice for Morbius. Let's really
I mean,
make sure the people know.
Let
How
the
many
circle be
times-
unbroken.
How many times we, Lucy, can pull the football away from Charlie Brown? How
Yes.
many times?
I'm gonna hold it, Charlie Brown. Come on.
Yeah. Mm.
Let's make
I love
Sony
it.
say, ugh.
The film that flopped twice, which makes it sound like Harry Potter, the boy that lived. It's the film that flopped twice. Yeah, so a really funny way of ending the saga of Morbius and possibly continuing it, knowing that it will never be successful and therefore we can always make fun of it. That's just another happy ending. Trying to look for some happy endings this week. The world's been pretty bad, so I've been trying to find that good news. And
I'm thinking about what's his name, Riker, growing up to be a living vampire.
Aw. But
Aw.
people would see his movie. Like that's,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good movie.
We're all invested in Riker at this point.
Yeah, he's a real hero. Morbius is just garbage.
And we're going to move on just because I do want to make sure our viewers can catch the last quarter of basketball. And I did want to highlight this video. Is everyone prepared to watch a video?
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
If the Yankees were going to win a World Series, but you had to give each other a hall pass, would you do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, why
Who does she have to? Who does she have to? You can pick anyone who you want. Who would you pick?
Anyone in the world? My ex-boyfriend?
Who would you pick? You. Aw. So why the ex-boyfriend?
We were gonna fight about this.
Why the ex-boyfriend? He's gone. You can tell me.
Music of Lovers.
Wow. If the Yankees were going to win a World Series, but you had to give each
So this has 9.3 million views and 101,000 likes.
So good. It's so good.
I want to see the
Wow.
ex-boyfriend.
They're also completely sober. They're stone cold sober doing this.
This is
Yep.
they are having this conversation in daylight hours.
Yep.
They're
that
just
is-
learning about each other out in
And-
the open.
This is the great thing about watching non-improvisers get put on the spot is
Mhm.
they don't know how to lie. They don't know. They don't have that skill set to do it convincingly. And so they're just going to like literally if you run up to a random person that
Mhm.
has never done theatrical improv and stuck a microphone in their face, it's like real quick, who is the best person you know? They'll tell you. Or real quick,
My
who's the worst
ex-boyfriend.
person you know? Or it's like, or real quick, give me the last 4 digits of your social. They will. They will. If you put a microphone in their face and say real quick, they will do it. Like
Yeah, real quick.
that is a tough conversation for them to have. Also, I love the handle of the person. Depression at Depression 2019. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, man.
Nice catch.
Yeah.
Nice catch. I was really expecting her to say you to the interviewer. That's what I thought the twist would be. So I was like doubly bowled over because I thought I had gamed it and I was
Yeah.
still so wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
I just love how she says he's a good lover. I think that says a lot. Someone said that she's just being practical because as handsome as like Brad Pitt or Charlie Puth might be, you don't know if they're good in bed. You don't know if you're like wasting your shot. But like if she has like this quantity that's known to her, she's like, this guy is really good. He won't let me down. I'm spending my vowels on him.
It's like a last meal on death row. Like you don't want to try food you've never tried before.
That's,
Yeah,
yes.
you get what you know you love.
You get the best meal you've ever eaten.
Mhm.
Yeah. You You get the short stack of pancakes and scrambled eggs, diner style, or
Something they can't fuck up.
something they get
Yeah.
the big lasagna, something.
And this sweet chud man, the best he's ever had is her. And
Yeah,
that's lovely.
he knows. He knows.
Oh my god, he looked completely obliterated by the sequence of events that preceded him saying you. And I think it was the only thing he could think about in that moment was her because his entire brain was just fried.
Yeah,
poor
there's
guy.
part of me that thinks that he said her because he was looking at her and like his brain wasn't working.
Right, like had he turned, it would have been bridge.
There is
McDonald's.
pain under the laugh that he gets out. There's
Oh, yeah.
there's just the that's a laugh of my brain's just giving me something here. My brain is giving my face business, and then the second he walks away, he adrenaline dumps, and then he's like, "Well, that's it
He
for
should have
me."
said
There's-
McDonald's. It was right there.
Yeah.
There's so much truth in this
Oh.
in this exchange. It's really incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine.
Also,
yeah. And what was it, John?
sports are fun, but if your team wins the World Series, you don't make $1 million or anything. Like the kind of things that people have done to break a curse or like things like that. Like people that tattoo themselves, like at least one person has already tattooed like a Celtics 2022 banner on their arm.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, not that my life is terribly busy and complicated, but I feel like I have enough shit going on that the most important thing in my life isn't a team full of people I don't know winning a championship. And this is coming from someone that goddamn loves sports.
Mm.
Like that goddamn loves sports forever.
Yeah.
And
People
like someone
invest a lot of themselves into
Yeah.
the teams they love.
you want to
knowing
rip
that these-
laundry.
Yeah.
Like you want to be in a place and everyone's wearing green. Everyone's wearing Patriot blue. Everyone's wearing Red Sox
Mhm.
red. Like you look around and you want to feel strong. But like I love the Yankees. I grew up with the Yankees. I love them very deeply. They're having a tremendous season. I'm thrilled about it. But if someone walked up to me and said, "John, if you give me $100, I can guarantee you the Yankees will win." Like a genie could be like $100 and the Yankees are guaranteed to win. I'd be like, "No." You know why? Because I'm not making that money back. Like me cheering for 5 minutes after a thrilling Game 7 worth $100? I'd get like 6 pizzas.
It all comes back to food.
Yeah.
You know what I think, John? I think that there is a certain wish fulfillment. Like having watched a certain amount of sports this year, much more than usual, I have been very invested in the Celtics this year. And as much as I enjoy watching them, for me, there's this bittersweet quality where I know that I have no relationship to whether they'll win or not. I am just a spectator. I cannot participate at all. And I think that there is this wish fulfillment among a certain cohort where they would really like to be involved in the success of their favorite team. They're like, I would love not necessarily to play, but just to know that I had some sort of hand in their success. And so for me, I think that's a very potent wish fulfillment fantasy. I could absolutely see people deciding that that is exciting to them to feel like they could be a part of this thing that they've watched so much of.
Nail on the head.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's the much more reasoned approach. And the fact of the matter is, I think in terms of sports fans, I'm in not just the minority, but the vast minority.
Yeah.
Like I watch hours of content a week. Like that is the thing. The things that I watch the most in this world are The Simpsons, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and sports. And like I know baseball and I know football and I know basketball and I love it and I love to talk about it and I love to cheer for it. But despite that, there's not that really intrinsic connection. Like no team since I was a kid watching the Yankees has wormed its way like and kind of got a hook into my identity. And that's the trick. Is I think there are people that whose exoskeletons allow for those hooks to get into them, and that's totally okay. Oh, the Denver Broncos.
That was funny, and that whole episode is great.
Top to bottom. It was on yesterday on cable.
Yeah. Topical.
This is the part where I lose track of where I am in the document to Serp's enormous chagrin. I thought
everyone's got a
Oh,
system.
food.
It's fine.
I thought I would do another food tweet just for Serp. Audrey Schreiber writes, I ordered a salad in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and this is what I got, 2 hearts.
I wouldn't be mad about that. That's the perfect salad.
Do we
Got
believe
cucumbers,
wonderful.
tomatoes.
And hey,
fries.
potato's a vegetable.
Yeah.
The question, of course, is this real? Is this a
I
truthful
think it's
tweet?
real.
It looks
I
very
do-
real.
I would believe that this is something that would happen in Pittsburgh.
Scroll up. Was that a Primanti Brothers sandwich?
Yeah,
Yes.
It is a Primanti Brothers sandwich. Yeah.
I like that you can spot a sandwich on site.
The man knows his sandwiches.
I am who I am.
He's hit like 85% accuracy across the country.
So yeah, I mean they Primanti Brothers that salad, and I applaud them for it. But
Yeah. I mean, that's my favorite way to do falafel or shawarma, both of them. I like to put a salad in, and I like to have a few
Ooh.
fries in there.
Okay.
it bulks it up too much for me. I'm just scared it'll come apart.
Mm.
Yeah, you got to
But
get
it's
better
delicious.
pita.
That's the thing. Like larger than average, sturdy pita. Get the fries in there.
Yeah, I mean
That's
that's
the move,
one of the
yeah.
main ways you'll get it on the streets in Israel. So these are like places where that's kind of all they do.
The shawarma place I go to, everybody there's from Egypt. So I like the 2 owners, and I think half the staff there are all Egyptian. So fries are on the side, deliciously seasoned, but on the side. And I don't want to like surgically dissect the shawarma situation and like make the implantation. I'm not a pro. I'm not
Can't
a pro.
do that. No, and for the most part, you got to defer to the way they made it.
Yeah.
I do want to move on just to keep things rolling. Emlov and John, I know you guys aren't really on Twitter. Have you seen any of the Dolly pictures people have been posting?
No, but I'm here for it. Do go on.
Cool. So Dolly is apparently, I haven't tried it yet, like a new form of like AI generated art where you plug in prompts and it creates a series of generated photos based on the prompt. And people have been going wild for it on Twitter. I just want to show you guys a few examples that Twitter has seen. One of the first ones you will see if you search for it is Osama bin Laden getting slimed. Again, this is completely computer generated. I think that's very accurate. I think that's what it would look like. But you can look for a bunch of different ones. Anime Obama is another one.
It spits out 9 options every time. Is that the concept?
Exactly. So people have been going wild with it. Charles Barkley eating a chicken.
Dear God.
Very, very haunting. Yeah, so you can, if you look up Dolly on Twitter, you can look up various versions of this. Lincoln Michelle as Butter Sculpture. You can plug your own name in as Butter Sculpture. Cybertruck for the N64. If you want to plug in the new Tesla Cybertruck into an N64 environment.
I mean, these are remarkably good.
Wow.
This
Yeah.
one's Danny DeVito in the Mikado.
Oh wow! I didn't know I needed this. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh internet. Sometimes you do a thing.
This is Karl Marx in Seinfeld.
I mean, I can't argue.
No.
I think what's so interesting about this is that this is like incredible technology, and I feel like if you're not on Twitter, you haven't even heard of it.
Mhm.
Like this only exists really as like a Twitter meme.
Yeah, I can say that this does not exist in any of the other social platforms that I partake in more frequently.
Now, I am now. This is one of the many reasons why I like hopping on as a guest on this wonderful show. Is I'm on like a really super refreshing Twitter hiatus where like it's off my phone. I hop in maybe every couple of days if I'm like doing a show and want to tweet about it or something. And let me tell you, my God, what a delight. But what's exciting is like I sleep better. My mind is clearer. I think I'm drinking more water.
Oh,
Um
you got the
oh,
time.
I do. But what's nice is coming in because all of these things hit they're very fresh and crisp to me. And here's the thing. I am out of the loop with like Dolly. And that's one good thing that I'm sad I'm missing. But
Mhm,
for every one good thing I'm not in the loop on, I'm
mhm.
also not in the loop on 1,000 horrible goddamn things.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm making that trade right now, and it's feeling right.
I
What's
uh,
that
I
thing?
found a way
Pressing
to I
on.
found a dolly and I put it to work in the background. We'll see if I can
Oh,
get it.
excellent.
It's working nice and slow. I did Christian Bale in Jello.
Oh,
You know it's going to be good.
oh, please. Give us the blood, Eli. Give us the blood.
Yeah. I love Miku Hatsune with boxing gloves punching Peter Griffin. Again, like this is exactly what that would look like.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want to see more computer generated art, you can just look up DAL DALL-E, or you can download it yourself and start making your dreams come true. And by true, I mean computer generated images where everything looks basically as you imagine it, except that people's faces are swirled up.
You know what's
Like,
messed up is like I feel like if we were able to perfectly recall our dreams, this is what they would look like.
I agree. Ben Shapiro in Fallout 4, who hasn't dreamed of that?
Here's how good these are is I know what they are before I even read the caption.
I got
Yeah.
I got my Christian Bale dolly. It's okay. It just looks really cursed. It looks like Christian Bale as like if Jello became part of his being.
Yeah.
I'm
Fair.
envisioning it.
Mhm.
Wonder Woman grilling burgers is another
Oh.
pastime.
Of course. Why wouldn't she?
Why
But
wouldn't you-
also, why would they just they put her in the burger?
They do
Yeah,
that.
right. It's
I mean, every time I grill a burger, it comes out wearing whatever clothes I'm wearing.
Oh, so that trait is not.
That's why I always wear meat clothes when I'm
Mhm.
grilling.
I wrap myself in layers of bacon.
As one does.
If you give me one moment, I have to get my dog because he's very sad. But I'll be right back with more content.
Oh, that
Okay.
was Sweet Prince. I thought I heard a bark from afar.
Mhm. Poor guy,
From a
poor
fark.
guy. Wait, can I just steal this while she's gone? Here we go.
Oh
Here we
boy,
go.
it's happening. I'm so excited.
Oh, all right.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no!
The jelloing is less pronounced than I would have hoped.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
was
Yeah,
expecting more
bottom
color.
bottom right, like they really interpreted what Jello means.
Hmm. I also like that for the God AI, long-haired Christian Bale is the only Christian Bale worth memeing.
Or the only one worth jelloing.
Indeed.
All right, back to Rachel's screen.
I wanted to show you guys one more tweet for tonight. This is actually a thread. Again, a feel-good thread for these feel-bad times. PDX Wildflowers writes, last year I stopped a guy who had a giant gosling following him and asked him if he was aware. He said, yeah, he found it orphaned on the side of the road and took it in to make sure it was okay. He was letting it stay until it could fly. It looked like this.
Oh, look at him.
They write, yeah, he's never going to leave now. Guy, yeah, he will. And I'm totally sad already because he's such a cool little buddy. Me, dude follows you without a leash. Those guys are mean but loyal. You're his guy now.
Yeah.
Then he writes, I have seen the two of them this past year going for walks in the park for Duck Duck, that's his name, to forage for bugs. It's been over a year. This week I saw the guy in Duck Duck going for a beer run at the local mini mart. They go for bug runs in the park and beer runs at the mini mart. The bird won't leave. They're bonded. I think it's both of their longest relationships.
Oh my God, they're best friends.
They're best friends. Yeah, so this is a happy story to me.
I love it.
Also, Duck Duck is a fantastic name.
Yeah,
I
I think she's dragging the name because that's the personality infused into the character that she's tweeting as, but
Yeah.
Duck Duck's a goddamn perfect name.
Oh,
You kidding me? That's hilarious. That dude looks like an awesome dude. Good for him.
Regular guy and his goose.
I'll bet his name is Doug Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Doug and Duck Duck.
Doug Doug and Duck Duck.
Also, is that a goose?
I believe that is a goose.
I have a history with being really sadly bad at differentiating ducks and geese. But it's a goose named Duck Duck.
Yeah.
Duck
So
Duck.
that's just
Perfect.
terrible for your differentiation, but
But it's fantastic.
oh yeah.
I also like the Duck Duck knows to wait outside for the guy to do shopping.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I can't go in there. That's gonna be a whole thing.
That's a human store. I'm gonna
Yeah.
wait out here.
I'll wait here. Man.
This is a real shot at people who insult the intelligence of geese.
Right? They know their place.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm airing dirty laundry, but my sister is justifiably. My sister is a wonderful, brave, tough person. She is legitimately scared of geese.
Mm.
I think when she was a kid, at some point, I think a goose or several geese, just as geese do sometimes, are just like, you human. We're gonna get after this thing. We're gonna, Queensberry rules, and and yeah, I think my sister at some point like ran screaming across like a park, chased by angry geese.
When I was living in Medford, I would like go for runs, and like on the way back I would go through Fellsmere Park, and every spring the geese would be having their babies, and they would be very territorial about their babies, but they would also just be sprawled out right in the middle of the walking/running path. So it's like, okay guys, I don't really like, I'm not going to steal your or kick your baby. I'm just going to go around. So I had to like level with the adult geese. I think we came to an understanding after a little bit, but there were some people who would blatantly just like run the other way.
Yeah, no, they're okay. This is one of my favorite things on the internet. That is to say, one of my favorite concepts on the internet that I go on the internet to consume are animals that think they are other animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's at least one mention in the mentions of this guy saying, I have to mention our Ricky took him in as a chick, got him some females, but he wants to be a cat. Brought up the cat, so shrugging emoji.
That chicken has a lot of cat energy.
Oh, I love it.
Like I'm looking at a chicken-shaped cat right now.
I do agree with John that animals that think they're other animals is great content. I also just love the fact that all an animal has to be is an animal, and you can still trick them into thinking they're an entirely different animal just because of the nature of animals and the fact that they are just pure vibes, each and every single one of them.
Pure vibes.
That's how they get by.
And so those are the tweets from me, guys. I'm going to stop sharing now. I hope you guys enjoy them. I try to keep them fun, try to keep them light. Lots of food content for Serp specifically.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like a private chef has made something just for me. That's
Oh.
nice.
Really
It's like
good.
do you have any allergies? Yeah, anything bad. Anything bad is my allergy today. And it's like boom, nothing but delightful food memes and animals that think they're other animals.
You're a great tweet sommelier, Rachel.
We can read about the Supreme Court tomorrow, but tonight is for us.
It'll always be there, fucking everything up.
Save tonight. And
Save
fight
tonight.
the break of dawn.
I believe that was Muhammad Ali.
All right. Segue into Adi's parenting meme corner. We've got a meme. I don't know how it'll play with this crew. We'll see.
I'm a pretty easy audience.
I mean, y'all understand. We'll just see. This was really for the parents on Facebook. I really made this one for them this week.
I know some parents.
Yeah. So here we go.
That's gonna get traction.
It's
Yeah,
really
It's gonna get traction.
it happened fast.
I'm gonna share this with all my parent friends, and I feel like it will hit. It will hit in the right spot.
The thing, like, one of the special things about Bluey is that all the episodes are 7 minutes long. Like, there's no reason you should have to, and yet I've done it. It's a fucking awful choice every time. Why would you do that?
And the deal with Bluey is that it's like a good kids program that adults also like.
And the parents play improv with their kids. That's like 90% of the episodes. They're improviser parents. It is a beautiful show. And like really, like, they pick their spots with when they want to hit the parents in the feels, and they don't go over the top to get it. It's just usually like a little fantastic this fantastic. Dance mode is a decal on the back of our car window now. My family was the Healers, the Bluey family for Halloween last year. I'm all in, but they have like 4 or 5 moments that are literally a stinger right at the end of the episode, right before you hit credits, that just break grown-ups. They're so good. But yeah, so there we go. I'm really this is one of the few times where I started with the format and just decided I wanted to use the meme template and work my way into a joke.
I think that's a great way to work. The meme templates are, you have to work with them. It's the only way to do it, and then so you might as well start with one.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they'll guide you into what can be funny through them. Yeah. So,
guys, give Adi some snaps.
I
love it.
Thanks.
Snaps for Bluey.
Snaps for Bluey. Snaps for meme templates.
And snaps for everyone here, our guests tonight, Emlav and John. Do either of you, Emlav first, then John, anything you'd like to plug on the show for our audience?
Oh shucks. What do I have to plug? So there's lots of stuff going on 2MB all the time. Sometimes I'm on it. Dirty Disney has a show sometime in July. I want to say July 8th is our next show at Laugh Boston. So that's a live in-person piece of comedy if you dare venture out into the real world these days. So you could check that out on laughboston.com. I think those tickets are available.
And so you would say that, would you say, Emma, that Dirty Disney is a show both for people who love Disney and for people who are looking for incisive satire about Disney?
Oh, it's got something for everyone. If you despise Disney, we roast Disney. If you absolutely love Disney, we will honor it while making sweet consensual love to it at the same time. It's like, yeah, it's something for everyone.
There was a 30-part tweet thread about how Disney is the new religion. So if you worship Mickey on your little altar, go see Dirty Disney and get your mind expanded. Go do it. Indeed. John, what would you like to plug tonight?
Well, it's getting hot out. And hydration is important all year round, but especially in the summer, as you have to remind yourself to drink more water. If you hate drinking water, just get lemons and cucumbers, cut them up, and just a couple of lemon slices, couple of cucumber slices into like a 30-ounce cup of water, and that you'll drain that sucker. So putting stuff in your water. That's my plug.
What a good plug. Whenever someone asks me if there's anything I want to plug, I just like, my brain is on, what shows are happening? Like, why not just delicious hydration?
Yeah.
Right.
You're not going to enjoy any show at all if you're dehydrated.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
Can't ingest any sort of media at all if you can't ingest water.
Yeah.
It lowers the ceiling on your ability to experience life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to plug 2 music albums. The Fife Dog, rest in peace, from A Tribe Called Quest. I just discovered that in March, a posthumous album of his was released, and it's fantastic. It's a delightful listen, and if you like A Tribe Called Quest, you get to spend a little bit of time with his voice, which is a really special voice. And secondly, the band Wilco 2 weeks ago put out effectively a double album, and dare I say, I think this is the double album I have heard that there's no filler. It's really good. 21 songs end to end, and it's called Cruel Country, and it's really topical, while still being great and Wilco-y and
to go 21
subtle.
for 21 is those are Hall of Fame numbers.
It's I think if I don't care about the awards, but I think this deserves awards.
High praise.
Yeah.
High praise, off topic, but I did just notice that John also has my Venmo in his handle. I don't know how long that's been true for. I assume the entire show.
Whole show.
Whole show. I noticed it now because I'm usually not looking at you people because I'm usually sharing my screen. So thank you, John. Thank you, Adi, for promoting my Venmo and MLAV. I'm excited to see you at Dirty Disney at Laugh Boston. Guys, this has been our show. You can see us every new week with a new set of guests who are our favorite guests in the world. Every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. EDT until it becomes EST. I forget when that is. I'm Rachel. This is Adi. We love you very much. Thank you for watching. And please watch the rest of the shows on 2MB, beginning with Steam Daddies tomorrow at 9. They are playing through David Thomas's Steam library, as one does. So catch that and even more great programming on this channel. We love you very much. Dazzy, we will be plugging kidney health again. That is something that we do. That's something that's important to us. But until next week, good night, good luck, and good posting.